Curtis Jackson didn't grow up with a blueprint. He grew up with survival instincts. Born in South Jamaica, Queens, he stepped into a world where power was taken, not handed out. His teenage years were carved out between cracked pavements, noise, and a constant reminder that vulnerability was a luxury he couldn't afford. Every decision mattered. Every move had consequences. But even then, he had two things most people around him didn't: an unstoppable will and a mind built for strategy. As the streets hardened him, the studio refined him. Rap wasn't an escape. It was a weapon. It gave him a voice sharper than any blade pointed his way. And when the system tried to bury him, when he survived being hit 9 times, something in him changed forever. Curtis came back with the cold clarity of a man who realized he was playing a much bigger game. He understood the music industry wasn't just about talent. It was about leverage, ownership, timing, and 50 Cent mastered all three. When he caught the attention of Eminem and Dr. Dre, he didn't play the humble newcomer. He positioned himself as the missing piece. He arrived with mixtapes hotter than radio singles and a reputation that couldn't be manufactured. That was his first chess move. Then came G-Unit. He didn't want to be a solo star lost in the machine. He wanted a syndicate, a brand, a movement. Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo, Young Buck, each one chosen with precision. G-Unit wasn't a crew, it was a company. Built like a street organization, but legalized, globalized, and monetized. He took the old hustle, teamwork, loyalty, territory, and rebuilt it in the executive world. Clothing lines, DVDs, mixtape domination. He created demand and supplied it faster than the competition could blink. He didn't just rap, he franchised his persona. And while the industry was playing checkers, 50 was diversifying like a Wall Street shark. Vitamin water, film, television, publishing. He learned contracts, he learned percentages, he learned how to turn every headline into currency. This was Curtis Jackson turning the lessons of the streets into the laws of his empire. From bulletproof vests to boardroom suits, from block corners to Hollywood sets, he proved something powerful. You don't have to escape where you came from to evolve. You just have to outthink it. Curtis Jackson didn't simply rise. He recalibrated the entire system around him. He built G-Unit like a fortress, and he stands now as a reminder that the sharpest weapon a man can carry is vision. But what is G-Unit? Join me, EdeKali, as we investigate a little deeper, a business analysis. Here's a breakdown of G-Unit's business model and some of the verified figures behind its profitable operations. Specific profit margins for the label aren't in the public domain, but the success of albums like Beg for Mercy, which sold millions, underpins revenue strength. Crucially, the label also offers 50 Cent control and equity, meaning music earnings feed directly into his broader G-Unit brand. 2. Fashion, apparel, G-Unit Clothing, G-Unit Clothing Company. In 2003, 50 Cent partnered with Mark Ecko to launch G-Unit Clothing. The clothing line has generated very substantial sales. Ecko Enterprises attributed around 15% of its $1+ billion revenue to G-Unit at its height. According to the Hustlenomics presentation, G-Unit fashion sales eventually surpassed $200 million over time. In terms of profit share, one source says 50 Cent's royalty on G-Unit apparel was 8%, which reportedly earned him approximately $6 million in a peak year. In terms of media and entertainment, film, TV, books, 50 Cent founded G-Unit Films, later G-Unit Film and Television, to produce content. Notably, the Power franchise, executive produced by 50, has been a huge success. While exact profit breakdowns are not all public, creative control and back-end deals mean G-Unit is deeply embedded in the long-term revenue of the television show and series. These media verticals act both as revenue streams and brand builders, giving G-Unit cultural legitimacy outside music and apparel. 4. Strategic investments like Vitamin Water. One of the most famous examples, 50 Cent had equity in Glaceo's Vitamin Water business. When Coca-Cola acquired Glaceo in 2007 for $4.1 billion, 50 Cent reportedly made between $60 million and $100 million.